ericmuadedmuaded.com with a brief follow-up of the last couple of videos on the intraday or day-to-day timing on a breakout. So here's a stock that has been having a nice run, recently breaking out right here above and moving above previous multi-year monthly closing highs. So this is a 4-year, 5-year monthly chart, and we can see that it did meet the minimum requirements at the time of the breakout. So the minimum requirement was met by this nice breakout here to 3-year highs, and also you see that there was a push above 50, which was responsible for this nice 1-month move here. At the same time when that was going on, we can see that the RSI and the MACDs all confirmed the same thing, that the stock had the potential of breaking out with a strong, massive move. 3-year highs move on the MACD here. We can see that there also another breakout here on the main MACD. So the minimum requirements of the RSI and the MACDs on the monthly breaking out to 3-year highs plus was met, and so the stock was a buy. Now we go to the timing aspect. If you missed the initial breakout in price, which was here, of course we haven't seen 1 month of rest since the stock has been moving higher the last 3 months. You can see month 1, month 2, month 3. So there's no buy signal on another breakout on the monthly. If we take a look at the weekly, you'll see that the stock has, ever since the breakout that we saw on the monthly, which is somewhere here, this breakout, on the way up, this massive move from about 60 cents all the way to $2.60, that's a massive move in 2 weeks. There was no 2-week rest period, so there was no reason to go along the stock. Now we are looking at the potential of a breakout, and I'll come to this towards the end of the video here, that this is the weekly closing high of scratch that, is 1.95, which is this weekly closing high. So anyone who would have set an alert would have known as of right now that the stock is attempting another fresh breakout. So that's where we can consider this a potential breakout if it can hold above 1.95. And one thing I do like about the stock is the fact that we already seen the RSI trading above 69.10 on the weekly. Let's take a look at the monthly, and the monthly is also making multi-year monthly RSI highs, so very strong action. But if we go from a timing perspective, during this massive move on the daily, after the breakout on the monthly, you can see that there was a couple of days of rest right here, about 2-3 days of rest, and then there was another breakout right there for a fresh move. So the weeklies didn't give you a fresh breakout. The weeklies until now haven't given you a fresh breakout, but prior, in the time period of February when the stock was beginning to move, we can see that you had a couple of days of rest during this period here, and that rest for about 2-3 days was all that you needed. In fact, let's take a look at a 6-month daily so we can capture that area clearly. And you can see here now, we can go and narrow down. We can see there was a closing high there. The stock settled down for 1, 2, 3 days, and on the 5th day it broke out for a massive move there. So that's your entry point at the time. If you missed that move, there hasn't been another breakout attempt. In fact, there has been, but I'll show you what I mean by that. So now this is going back, and we are looking at a very close weekly chart. So let's go here and remove all that. So we're looking at a 6-month weekly chart, something I never do, but I want to focus on this area. You can see that after closing here at $1.95, that was the next level to be broken if you wanted to go long. You can see now that we are really focusing in this area. There was a failed attempt here. But just because that breakout attempt failed doesn't mean that you give up on the stock. Now it is come back after many weeks. It is trying again. In fact, it did try again here during this weekly move here. It failed to hold above 195. It tried to break out last week above 195 and failed, and now it is attempting another breakout. All this means is you just have to watch it, because the more it shows that it could be moving above 195, that could be your indication that there is more upside. So do not give up on a stock just because it is not failing on the first, second or third attempt. Sometimes they do come back and finally manage and find a way to break out, and break out very successfully. If we take a look back at the 6-month daily or the 6-month daily chart, we can see that if you want to play it safe, you can wait for this recent daily closing high. So this is the highest daily closing high there, going back to middle of March 2015, and the price to watch there is right here. The price is 209. If the stock can break out eventually above 209, that's going to be your next buy point. You can see the high for the day is 208, so just a penny underneath this 209 level. So if you don't like the breakout attempts on the weekly, which seem to be on and off right now, they are failing, you can move up your buy point by using the daily closing high. So you got a couple of options there. You can either use the 198, which is the current recent highest weekly closing high, or you can use 209, because if it can clear 209, it would suggest that it has already cleared 198. So you got two options, and this is how you time stocks that have momentum. So just keep in mind that that's how you do it. If you miss one buy point on the monthly, go to the weekly. If you miss the weekly, go to the daily. Eric Mwathe, good luck, peace and blessings. Woo! Yeah. Así Es.